Thank you so much for joining in on this live feed that we're doing. It's 11 o'clock over here, Pacific time. We are doing this live feed with the number one reason to educate the current situation which is happening with the migrant population that is walking up north and that it was walking up north, but sadly was interfered by Mexican authorities. And I mean, sadly, why? Uh, because the situation of our laws in our country of Mexico, guess I don't know what the hell they're doing. Really, it is just I don't understand. Basically, I don't understand. You expedite a document that gives legitimacy under our constitutional law, and then you violate the constitutional law. I really don't understand, and I'm not preaching to the left. I'm not preaching to the right. I'm just stating facts. And if people don't like it, well, don't like it. If people like it, then like it. If people want information, you're here. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. We are live from Tijuana. This is what is happening. So you guys saw, which I was traveling with the caravan for almost 5 days, walking for more than 100 kilometers. We walked for that much amount of distance, and from the parts of Tapachula all the way to the parts of Mapastepec. In the part of Wixla, this is a municipal city that is almost this is almost 60 kilometers away from Tapachula. They came to an agreement. The defender of humanitarian rights, Luis Villagran, came to an agreement with the Mexican authorities to expedite a document that is called multiple migration form. This document, it is a legitimate document that is given by the Institute National of Immigration, and it goes under Article 11 of the Constitution. And this is, I will put a picture of the document of the multiple migration form for you guys to understand why am I saying that I don't understand the law right now in our country. I really don't understand. So you make people walk. This is my idea of the Mexican government. I really do not get the Mexican government. So you have a caravan of 15,000, exacerbated number of 15,000. Never seen 15,000. It is the largest caravan that has ever come out of the south border of Mexico. 15,000 souls. We walked with that. And on the middle of these 60 kilometer in Wixla, they came to an agreement with the Institute National Immigration to provide them a document that is called multiple migration form. This document, it is a document that is expedited by the Institute National of Immigration for foreigners who desire to enter Mexico, and in which they are indicated that they can stay up to 180 days. It is a permit for them to stay 180 days. Now, the thing about this document is that for order to be a legitimate document, you have to have also, in addition to that document, you have to have the passport, which that is the problem right now with the authorities. You know what the Mexican authorities do to migrants? Well, they give them these multiple migration forms, but the authorities, they take away the document. They take away this multiple migration form. Hold on one second. Document that gives them the ability now to walk freely for 30 days. Now, the Mexican authorities, what they're doing, in exchange for bribes, in exchange for corruption, in exchange for just being a pin in a butt, basically for that, they take away their passports. So the legitimacy of this document becomes irrelevant because you don't have a passport. A lot of the migrants, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of them, they don't have a passport. They never had a passport. So a lot of them they are traveling without a passport. A lot of them, they lost their passport in the Darien Gap, in their travesties and in their travels. And also, you have the infiltrated type that they don't want to show their identity. That is why, because they have been registered in another countries asking for asylum, and they already asked for the asylum. So this multiple migration form, it is giving for these people to walk. Now, let me understand. So you give these people in the south of the border, as the Mexican government, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. So you give these people a multiple migration form. As you give these people a multiple migration form, let me just pin this. I don't know how to pin this. Comment right here. Well, I don't have a way to pin this comment. So you have the multiple migration form. If you're a governmental authority, and if you have a migrant that is coming towards you and says, I want the multiple migration form, but I don't have my passport, what are you going to do? You're not going to give them the multiple migration form. Why? Because it doesn't have a passport. But if you're giving this multiple migration form to the migrants, and you're telling them, hey, you know what, I will give you this multiple migration form with or without the passport, you are making this document legitimate for them to walk freely in the whole country of Mexico. For now, the agreement was 30 days. This multiple migration form was released this past expedition, and this is what it was released on this multiple migration form. Let me just put it on the screen for you to see how it has and how it is, and for you to understand what is a multiple migration form. This is it's an example of a multiple migration form. This right here on the screen. So I will read it in English. I will translate in English for you to understand what is this multiple migration form. So on the top, it says right here, it says Estados Unidos Mexicanos, the Mexican United States, Government of Mexico, and it says also, it's translated in English. It says right here, this form must be completed individually by all foreigners entering Mexico, including diplomatic personnel, and it is a entry of registration. You have your name, you have your last name, also you have the number of your passport right there on the right hand side, the birth date, and also it says right here on the bottom, it says your how much you're going to stay, if it is because of humanitarian reasons, if it is because of other reasons. It has 3 options, and on the bottom it says temporary, it says the timing, it says how much time, and it says 30 days. So this is an actual multiple migration form that it was provided to a migrant from this caravan. This multiple migration form gives them the ability to walk freely for 30 days into the whole country. What just happened? A lot of these migrants, they don't have their passport. And for them to have legitimacy of this document, all of a sudden now the Mexican authorities are making this happen. They're asking for the passport, or this is the second option. The second option is because they don't want them to go to Del Rio sector and the Rio Grande and Eagle Pass, and not only Eagle Pass, but also Eagle Pass, Texas, and also Del Rio, Texas. They don't want them to go to this particular ports of entry. And why they don't want it to go? And again, the Mexican government doing the dirty work for the Biden administration or for the United States of America. Basically, they're doing that when the United States of America or the United States government is the one that is supposed to be fixing this problem, because they're the ones that they're incentivizing for people to come into the promised land that is the United States of America. It is the Biden administration, and Mexico is doing it. So why is Mexico doing it? And the governor of Coahuila, that is the governor of the cities Piedras Negras, Coahuila, and Ciudad Acuña, those are the cities that connect to Eagle Pass and the Rio sector. Why is he stopping them, and why is he containing them? Because he wants to protect the area of Del Rio and the Rio Grande. He doesn't want migrants to be drowning. He doesn't want a catastrophe to happen again, like the more than 10,000 migrants that they were, underneath that bridge and the Rio sector. And ultimately, he doesn't want that situation again to happen. But you cannot violate the Constitution. I'm gonna say it like it is. I'm not defending the migrants and I'm not against the migrants. I'm being objective with this information. If you already gave out a document that is a legitimate document that is under our Article 11 of the Constitution, and I will read you Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico. This is the Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico, and it says every person has the right to enter our republic and also exit our republic, and also to travel to our territory and to move through our territory without a security card, without a passport, without a self-conduct or other requirements that they assimilate. This is an extracurricular document that is basically under the Article 11 of the Constitution, that is the multiple migration form. So if you're giving the multiple migration form under the Article 11, and then on different states before they hit the border, you're stopping them, what does that make you? I'm just asking a question. You're basically violating Article 11 of the Constitution, and you're the same authority that legitimately provided these permits. I'm just being clear and I'm just being transparent. You just gave out a document that you told more than 15,000 people that you are going to let them walk freely in the whole country. And then after you know the problem that is going to cause if they arrive all and one full amount of people into the borders, now all of a sudden you take away that document, you're violating the law. You're basically, the authority is violating the law. I'm not saying let them pass. I'm not saying let them go. I'm not saying I'm not providing or heading to one side to the other. I'm just saying as an authority, it doesn't make no sense. You just provided a document to gives them the authority to walk freely to the whole country of Mexico. And they're being stopped at a state that is called Saltillo. Saltillo, it is a state that is not even close to the border. It's not even close to the border. And I will show you a map of our country of Mexico. And hopefully this image will be, a little bit more bigger. Let's see if I can expand this. Let's see if I can expand this. Okay. I believe that I can't. Hold on. I'm just trying to provide information for you guys to understand how does it look. And Saltillo, it is close to, well, I'm trying to get this information. So this is how it looks. This is the multiple migration form, and they're being stopped in different places and different areas of the country. This is the problem, and it's in the same state of Coahuila, Saltillo. This is the problem. The problem is that they're being stopped in states where basically, I'm sorry, but basically it is far away from the borders. Now, we understand that they don't want a problem to happen in the areas as basically Del Rio and also Eagle Pass. I know and I understand, but look how they have exacerbated this problem. And this is the Mexican authorities. It is not even the authorities of the United States. It is the Mexican authorities who they're doing this. So why you provide a document, it doesn't make no sense at all. And this is why I'm saying it doesn't make no sense at all. This is the bus station in Monterrey. This is how it looks right now. It is a complete disaster where you have people waiting for amounts of hours to see if you're going to let them go. You cannot be containing people when you already gave them a document that they can walk. I'm not saying go to the border. I'm not saying run to the border. I'm not saying rush to the border. I'm just saying, I'm just saying this. This is the most important thing. If you already gave a document that is a legitimate document, which you already told them as a Mexican authority that they can walk freely all the way to the whatever state that they want to walk, and now all of a sudden in certain states and in certain cities, you are telling them, you know what, you cannot walk, you cannot continue to walk. But you just told me, you gave me a permit that you are basically, giving me that authority to walk freely in your country. Why are you taking away that right? It is obvious. It is obvious that they want to contain the individuals from arriving to Eagle Pass and also to Del Rio, Texas. It is obvious that they want to do that. But ultimately, it is obvious that they're doing a horrible job on doing that. Because if that was the occasion and if that was the circumstance, you will have a full operation in the parts where it's going to be affected, that is the Rio sector. And if it is Eagle Pass and if it is, Del Rio. So you will have a contingency of people and you have, a whole operation on the Mexican side, and it is closed. And migrants want to come in, it is closed. If migrants want to smuggle in, it is closed. If migrants want to cross to the other side, it is closed. This is not a port of entry. And this is the problem. The migrants got accustomed to see the river and they got accustomed to understand that, migrants got accustomed to think that this was a port of entry, which it was not a port, which is not a port of entry. This is just, a video which shows how it looks on this particular bus station. Now, as I said to you guys before, this is a document that is already under our Constitution, and it is basically a document which it gives them the ability to walk freely into the 30 the more than the whole country of Mexico. So this practically it tells you that it has a legitimacy. This document, it is legitimate to walk for the states of Mexico. I don't understand why now you take away that privilege. If you already gave them that privilege, why now you take that privilege away? Why in the hell you release the document then? So you're telling me that you spent all this money as government of Mexico and just to throw it to the trash? I'm just trying to make things clear. So you're telling me as a government of Mexico, you just gave away more than 15,000 immigration, multiple migration forms to more than 15,000 people. And now as a government of Mexico, this document, it was hours of work from other immigration officials, other immigration officers. It was hours of work of negotiation. It was people on waiting for hours without food, without water. You gave them this document. Okay, you can walk now. And when they get to a certain particular state, like Coahuila, you're telling them no. You're telling them no. That's it. This document is not even valid. You are the dependency of the Institute of National Immigration. You're the one that make this valid, and now you're saying that it's not valid. So in a case, in addition to all of this, if this was the case, the most obvious and logical thing is, okay, you don't want to let them in through the river because the river in the Rio Grande, it is dangerous, and a lot of people are, passing away. They're dying, they're drowning, and they're losing their lives because they're crossing under the high current, and it is really extremely difficult conditions for them to walk. All right? I understand that. So in that case, you will have a contingency right there at that particular standpoint. You will not hold them back because you're violating the own document. I'm not pulling for the right. I'm not pulling for the left. I'm just being honest. So why, as a Mexican organization and a Mexican authority, you give a document then if you're not even going to validate your own self? And again, the Mexican authority doing the dirty job for the American authorities. And a lot of people on the live feed says that's the obligation of Mexico. They should stop it. That, Mexico should stop it. We should hold accountable Mexico. We should punish Mexico. Hold on a minute. Who's incentivizing this to continue? So the Biden administration is not accountable for all the multiple people, the migrants that they have died on their travesties, migrating through the Darien Gap, migrating through different parts of the world. They're saints. They're nobody. No. We, as the United States of America, we are saints. No. What the hell? So now Mexico needs to do the dirty work for the Biden administration. And the Mexican government looks awful. Mexican government looks bad. Why? Because they look denigrating. They look like they're prejudiced. They look like they're not even holding their own ground to follow their own constitutional laws. They're not even following the Constitution. They're violating the Article 11 of the Constitution. Somebody's saying you are a reporter. Your job is to report, not to ask why they're stopping the migrants. My job is to do whatever the hell I want in my platform. And if you don't like it, get the hell out. You don't tell me my conditions on my platform. Who are you to tell me? My job is to report, and I have been traveling more than 15 times to south of the border reporting. This is my platform. I'll do whatever the hell I want, whether you like it or not. And there's the unfollow button whenever you hit the door, whenever you get out. Please. It's easy as that. This is the main situation. I don't understand the Mexican authorities. I really do not understand. You give away a multiple migration form. You give away a document that ultimately it is legitimate for them to walk. And then when they go walk, or when they basically get on a bus and try to get somewhere else, you're telling them they're not eligible. This document is not legitimate. So what the hell are you doing as a government? I'm just saying, what are you doing as a government? Are you giving them the permission to walk, or are you not giving them the permission to walk? So you wasted 15,000 pieces of paperwork that every 15,000, I don't care if you think that is rude, and I don't care if it's not. Whether you like it or not, there's the door. If you don't like it, get out. So you wasted 15,000 pieces of paperwork. 15,000 pieces of paperwork. And you're telling me right now that all those 15,000 pieces of paperwork, hours of jobs, hours of work, hours of border officials wasting. They worked on Saturday and Sundays. They worked that Saturday and that Sunday, working hours to give these pieces of paperwork for more than 15,000 people. And all those 15,000, you told them that they are legitimately eligible to walk freely in the whole country. So when they get to the state, they particularly, because you promoted that state, and this is the Biden administration who promoted that. Ms. Janet Linga, oh my God, join as a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Jan. Thank you so much as a member of Buy Me a Coffee. God bless your dear heart. God bless you, Ms. Jan. So you basically say that this document is legitimate for them to walk freely, and then they get to another state, and you're like, all of a sudden say like, you know what? Nah, they're not legitimate. That document, you're making yourself look extremely bad, because this is a document that is expedited by the own Institute of National Immigration, and now all of a sudden you want to enforce the law. So you're making me understand here that you just wanted to get them out of the state of Chiapas. And if they got arrested in another state, and if they got detained in another state, you will just clean your hand and say, you know, the hell with it. You don't care. That's what basically you are telling me, and that's what basically you are showing me. I really don't understand. This is the Mexican authorities. This is the Mexican authorities. This is what they do. And I understand why they don't want them to go to the river. And I already explained that they don't want them to go to the river because it is risky, because a lot of people are losing their lives, they're drowning. But you have now kids, families, and children. There's a lot of children. There's more than 3,000 children. So you have all these people scattered all over the country. And they're in the limbo now. They're like, what the hell? Should we walk? Should we don't? Should we walk? Should we don't? Now are we stranded? Now you're going to create a crisis. Now it is a crisis. You're creating a crisis in Mexico because you got people stranded in different parts of the country without no food, without no water, without nothing. I don't understand. It's so confusing. Why you provide a document, and if you're not going to be legitimate with the document? And a lot of people are going to say they put themselves in that situation. Well, who is inevitating to make them understand that they can put themselves in that situation? I'm just asking really typical, normal questions. So this is what's going on right now. So you have a lot of thousands of migrants, and there's a lot of misinformation. A lot of people are saying a lot of misinformation, which is incorrect. That they're saying that the caravan has divided in 3 groups. There's no groups. They're stationed at a state, and they're another state, in the state of Monterrey, state of Coahuila, and they're in different places. That doesn't categorize that you are in different states, because that is 3 groups. It's not 3 groups. Who told you that was designed by groups? It is not divided in groups. It's just people, they're scattered all over the country because they don't know if they can walk or not. When the government of Mexico is complicit for giving away a document that basically I really don't understand. I'm trying to understand. The Mexican government is shooting themselves in the foot. So you're telling me that you gave away a document. Say hello to my partner, Real Anthony Owedo. Follow him, Anthony Owedo Live. There, that is his YouTube right there. Follow him. So you're telling me that you're giving away a document for them to walk them freely. So they got 30 days for them to walk, and then you stop them and you're telling them you're not going to walk anymore. What do you think the international organizations are going to do? So you're provoking. Thank you so much, Carmen, for the coffee. So you're provoking more catastrophe, more crisis. This is chaos. If there would have been like, this document is legitimate for them to walk. All right, I got it. You got it. 15,000 documents. You got it. What about if you don't want them to go to the river, because that is a non-port of entry? I understand that. But you do an operation in the river. You do an operation off the river. You basically do an operation off the river. You don't do an operation the whole state. In that particular case, why you're not doing an operation in Tapachula, in the south of the border? If you want to do these kind of operations, isn't it illogical the way that the Institute of National Immigration and the Mexican authorities are doing this? Isn't it illogical? Not only that, is it Isn't it just, look, let me press a video right here of how it looks in a bus station in Saltillo. I believe that this is Saltillo. And this is how it looks at a bus station in Saltillo. Look at this. Thanks so much, Anonymous, for the coffees. This is in a bus station in Saltillo. So you're holding people now hostage under a permit that you gave away. What about all the hours of the border agents spending to give you? You wasted 15,000 pieces of paperwork. 15,000 pieces of paperwork for nothing. And now, again, the government of Mexico doing the dirty work for the Biden administration. And now you got a red alert that apparently right now there's a red alert on every border. And I will tell you why, because there's an alert in the borders of Piedras Negras and also in Acuña that buses have been arriving. This is incorrect. They didn't. They can be anywhere in the country, just not the northern border. Who told you that? That's incorrect. Who told you that? I want to know who told you that. That is incorrect information. That is incorrect information. That permit is not the same one that it was given them, the 5 states down south in Tabasco, Yucatan, Cancun, Chiapas, and Oaxaca. That is not the same permit. And yes, they are doing what? The dirty work of the United States. I'm sorry, yes, they are. The Mexican authorities are doing it because this is incentivized by the Biden administration. If the Biden administration did not incentivize this, we wouldn't have this problem. I'm sorry. Ask yourself this. Is if Mexico is in the global compact of migration, with or without the global compact, would they start coming? Would they stop coming? With or without? Can you show me a document right here that says they can be anywhere in the country, just not the northern border? Can you show me that document? Can you show me a document that says that? I don't care about Texas. I don't care right now. I don't care about the United States. I'm saying the limitations between Mexico and the United States. It's a state of Coahuila. Can you show me that document where it says in Mexico, that multiple migration form, it is not eligible and it is not a legitimate document in Coahuila, in Baja California, and in other places in borders that they are in Mexico, not in the United States, in Mexico. That document, it is not even, that is a Mexican document. That is not a United States document. It is a Mexican document. Can you please provide me? This is the misinformation that I'm talking about. This document, of course, it is not a legitimate document in the United States of America. It is a Mexican document. It is a Mexican document. It does not even matter if Abbott had an agreement with other governments. This is the Institute National of Immigration. It has nothing to do with Texas, has nothing to do with Del Rio, has nothing to do with Acuña, has nothing to do with Coahuila, has nothing to do with that. It is a document that is provided for the whole country. I'm just saying, brother, I'm just saying. I know the agreement between Abbott and the governor of Coahuila. Let's do Operation Mirror. Let's contain the traffickers. Let's try to stop the traffickers. Let's try to stop this and contain this so people will not migrate incorrectly into certain other places and this and that. Yes, this is a Mexican document from Mexico, the whole country, not Abbott, not the governor of Coahuila, not the governor of Baja California, not the governor of Sonora. This is a Mexican document. Why you give them Why you give them a Mexican document and then you stop them from coming? Where is the legitimacy of the Mexican government? Kathleen, thank you for the coffees. So I will resume this in a nutshell. For me to, I got to run now. I got to run. So this is the situation right now. I will read Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico just for people to understand how we are stating and how does this look. I will read Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico. If you want to Google it, go ahead and Google it. Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico says this. Thank you, moderator. People intend to forget that Mexico has their own laws and it's a sovereign nation. I don't understand what. My God. Article 11 says every person has the right to enter our republic and exit out of it. Also to travel our territory and also to move around it of residence without the necessity of a security card, a passport, a self-conduct, or other requirements of documents. Why they made this multiple migration form? Because this is a refugee and asylum claim, which it requires another document that is a multiple migration form or a humanitarian visa. With getting those documents, they can exercise Article 11 of the Constitution. If they already have multiple migration form, why they are being violated Article 11 of the Constitution? I don't understand the Mexican authorities. I'm not defending migrants. I'm not against migrants. I'm just stating facts in the law. Why the Mexican authorities are violating the law? It is obvious that you're violating Article 11 of the Constitution. And it is applicable to foreigners. Article 11 of the Constitution, it is applicable to foreigners. For people that they're saying because they're not Mexicans, it is applicable to foreigners. It has Article 11 of the Constitution. Underneath that Article 11, it says that everybody can transfer due to international agreements. That due to international agreements was put by, guess who? The ex-president that they are. It was Enrique Peña Nieto. I'm just stating facts. I'm not defending migrants. I'm not against migrants. I'm just saying what it is. Whether you like it or not, if you're saying I'm defending them, well, I'm just stating the facts of the law. What, do you want me to be prejudiced? You want me to say the other thing? You want me to say the opposite? I'm just saying Article 11 of the Constitution. I'm just reading the law. I'm just reading the law. It says right there the law. If you're causing damage to our land, if you're damaging our land, if you are entering illegally our land, Article 33 of the Constitution, it is applicable to you. Have you read your Constitution? I don't think so, buddy. Article 33 of the Constitution is applicable to all foreigners that want to interfere in politics and also ultimately they're causing damage to our land. But if you already provided them, este güey está pero si bien dañado la cabeza. Estás bien dañado, güey. If you already provided them a document, what the hell are you doing? I really do not understand. So you're telling me that you wasted hours of these documents to be provided for migrants when you're ultimately now not being legitimate and not obeying your own constitution and your own law? Holy cow. What kind of authority are you, the Mexican government? So they're trying to protect them to not cross the river because it's too risky, because it is difficult, and because they can risk their lives. I understand that also. Because a lot of people has lost their lives, and due to security, they want to decrease the trafficking and they want to decrease the smuggling. I really do understand that. Also, I understand that. Because there's a lot of trafficking of children, there's a lot of trafficking of people. smuggling, and all these leftist, snowflakes and tabloids that they're saying there's no trafficking, there's no nothing. Get the hell out of here with that. Walk with me. Come with me. I don't want to sit down interview with you. I don't want to type everything and write like all these cornflakes journalists that they're just typing and typing. Walk with me. Come with me. Let's walk late at night. Come with me for a little bit and walk. You're not going to do it, right? No. Right? There's a humongous trafficking problem in our borders. And also, we have a problem right now that is an authority of Mexico giving away a document for migrants, which is supposed to be legitimate, and the own authority of Mexico has violated Article 11 of the Constitution, Article 1st of the Constitution, and basically the legitimacy of the document. I don't understand. Why you give away documents when you're not going to obey by them? And if you are going to not give them the documents, please do correctly, though, because you just make them walk 100 kilometers, 15,000 people, and now all of a sudden that doesn't work. What are you going to do now? Create more chaos? Put on red alert every border now? Now every border, it is trembling to see what is going to happen. And the Biden administration sitting down, not doing squat. Sitting down, just, drinking their cup of coffee, and that is it. Nancy and Michael, thank you for the coffees. Thank you, Nancy and Michael, always supporting me. Always, always, always. Nancy and Michael, thank you so much. God bless your dear hearts. So this is what I come to close. Now, before we go, I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. I got 2 minutes. The migrant population, it is all scattered. This 15,000 people caravan, it is scattered all over the place. Scattered all over the place. They provided them a document that is a multiple migration form, but now nobody wants to obey by it, and nobody wants to make it legitimate. Why? Because they need a passport. And you knew that they didn't have a passport, but you also give them away. Why are you giving away a document that you know that they don't have a passport? And that document outside of the state of Chiapas, it is not going to be a legitimate document. So why in the hell are you giving away a document then? But you give them away this document for them to walk freely. And then when you know that they're coming at a massive influx, you stopping them at another state, violating their own document. Shouldn't you be containing and having an operation on inspection points and on open border points where these open borders are supposed to be protected, not the states? Shouldn't you be having all kinds of help with, I don't know, people that they're coming to help in shelters and all these places for them to sleep there and tell them, hey, this is not a port of entry. The river, it is not a port of entry. This is not a way for you to migrate. There's a port of entry over there, which we have been saying for multiple years. Shouldn't it be that way? But no, you give them that document, you normalize the situation at the river with a lot of people are losing their lives, and they have lost their lives, sadly. A lot of people have drowned. Kids have drowned. So I understand the governor of Coahuila for one time. I understand that he's trying to protect that area, which I don't understand why you stopping the people and violating the own document that the own constitution and the own government of Mexico has already legitimately released for more than 15,000 people. Where in the hell are you? And now you put a red alert on every border. Now the border of Algodones has a contingency of people of operation with the military and National Guard, and also Institute National Immigration, and all these other borders. La, la, la. I'm just saying. being objective and I'm being neutral, right there in the middle. A lot of people want me to be prejudiced. No, tell them, Oscar Blue, that they don't have a right to come. I'm here to report. The hell you want me to be an activist? I'm not an activist. If you want to do that, get your butt to the border and yell and scream and whatever you want to do. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. No sugarcoating over here, man. No sugarcoating. There was a couple of snowflakes right here that are like, oh my God, you're yelling at me, Oscar. You're being really disrespectful, right me, Oscar. You're being rude. Get the hell out of here. This is not the View. This is not the show of the View. We're talking about cruel and real facts. These are people that they're actually migrating, risking their lives with children because of the Biden administration. I'm just saying. Stay safe. We will talk to each other late. I'm not going to put the intro when we finish the live feed. I'm late and I have to run. So God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. I will come later on with an update again. I'm really late. I will come with an update later on this afternoon. And ultimately, Nancy and Michael, again, for the coffees. Thank you so much. Basically, we want to keep you guys updated with everything that is happening. Possibly, we will do a live feed, Anthony and myself, to talk about how corporate America, it is affecting other economies. And thank God that we have an agreement on this. My partner, that he loves the United States of America. I love the United States of America also, but I live in Mexico. I love my country. So when we are discussing how corporate America, it is actually enslaving other economies, you need to understand that it's actually a fact and it's true. And we are going to show it to every single one of you. We have to be fair. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.